Yeah, it's getting ready to make some heavy bullets. Trimming down some brass. This is Federal. Um, One thing I found, I took a exactly 1 inch piece of Federal and exactly 1 inch piece of Hornady. They weighed the same. Not sure yet about CCI. Remington, I think, is lighter. I seem to remember that. CCI, I don't remember if it's lighter or it's swapped with, because 22 long rifle, CCI, Remington, they're light. Now the ones with the T, the arm score, why do they use a T? I don't know. Those seem to be the heaviest of the bunch. And of course, that means they're better for chances of getting a full metal jacket, because the heavier the casing, the lighter the core, the less case filled, better chance for full metal jacket. And the inverse is true of light jackets, because you got more lead, more chance for a small soft point. But do with what you can. Making the jacket a little longer for the light stuff may help overcome that, but there's that balancing act, and go a little too far, you've undone everything. So that may be something I have to do though with the light ones, is figure out if I go up 5,000s, 10,000s, it may or may not work. All right, now for the jig update. Dr. Psycho's reloading bunch of 3D. Ooh, oh. Alright, for you Canucky standers out there. What I did was, it's the only place I could do it. I put a set screw in here to stop this baby from rotating. And, where'd I put it? There we go. I couldn't put it anywhere else, like I say. But at least I can get in here with one of these. Yeah. Oh boy, another one for those Canucky standards. Name that quote, I'll send you some bullets. Well, the first one to do so. Enough torque you with just my fingers is enough to stop it. So I doubt I'm damaging the threads, but I may drop a piece of number 8 shot in there just to make sure. Well, that's the update. Get some of these made up. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm testing updated annealing process. What I did was, well, these Remingtons and these Hornadies, I put those in my 420 pot at 1100. Well, PID is 1100. It reaches close to that, 1075 or so. I just let it go, instead of trying to tweak it right now. It's pretty close. I put them in for 7 minutes. I stirred them. I ran them for another 7 minutes, and then I let them cool in the pot. And they softened up quite a bit. They're not overdone, which is good, because over annealing is the enemy. Like on 22 long rifle, annealing isn't quite as important. Yes, it matters. You can't just run with unannealed brass. It doesn't work too good, but it's not quite as touchy as with these. For some reason, the method I used for 22 long rifle, which was far less annealing, worked fine. But on these, real hit and miss, more miss than hit. So I had to work with it. And I tried 1100 for 11 minutes with a small handful, and that worked really well. So I figured, okay, with a bigger amount, it's not just all sitting on the bottom, heating through, but have to figure out something, divide it up. So I decided to try 7 and 7, which gives it, a little bit more time, 3 more minutes, and seems, well, I haven't put them to the test yet, but I will. And if they work anything like the last 1100 batch, yeah, it'll work good. But, oh yeah, I keep forgetting to throw things in. I trimmed these down to make this 75 to 80s, and I got 4 weight ranges, which compared to the factory 55 grains, it's tight. I don't know if I ever got 4. You saw the bag, you know, how many I had, but I mean, like, in one shot, I wasn't, you know, it's range pickings, probably out of the same boxes, out of the same lots, for the most part. I'd usually have 6 at least, even on some of the tighter, I think the Remington CCIs tend to be the best, and I'd have at least 6 or 8. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, tighter they are, the better it is, you know. And the majority here were, fire up the scale here. I think they're 14. Yeah, yep, 14.0 has been the majority on these Federals. So, yeah, so far it's been a pretty good day. Unlike a few days back, a week back. The last week's been kind of crazy. Well, up until a point. But it did get better. Whew. Yeah. All right. Well, I figured I'd throw that in there. Get a bunch of these made up. Send them out to a few of you guys. And I'll see you later. God bless. Yeah, I forgot. I think I'm going to anneal before trim from now on. It seems to be okay. As long as I don't, you know, jam her in there and they don't bend. I just gotta start out easy, and it cuts like butter. It'll save me some steps in the long run. One less tumble, I think. You know, little stuff. I'm debating whether to cut the necks off the 17 HMRs first or not. I may try it both ways just to see if it makes a difference. I don't see that it would, but my thing is, you know, trimming it may be a little wonky because, you know, the neck angle, it's right there. So it's the only thing I'm worried about on that. But yeah, kind of forgot to mention that, so throwing it in. All right, see you. All right, just wanted to add a little something. As you can tell, I've been, you know, learning and revising things, and, you know, all through this. And there have been things I've learned, things that I had figured out before, hadn't really used in a while. You know, warm weather came. Kind of forgot to do the big one being keep your dyes warm. Warm dyes definitely do make a difference. All of them. I throw them in here. When I'm done using them, and I have to swap them out, I throw them back in here, keep them warm, because I might have to break them out again. I've noticed, because I was forgetting to do it, because, you know, like I said, it started getting cooler, and I wasn't really noticing it so much, but now that I've done this again, oh, what a difference. Core sizing, warm dye, huge difference. More consistency. It presses easier. You get less of the flashing, that foil that forms. I've been picking cores for 77 grains. So I've been using 14 grain. jackets, so 63 grains, they've been coming up 62.9, 63, and 63.1. Those are the whole weight range, 0.3 of a grain difference. The majority have been right on after I've just taken my thumb and ripped off the foil. So pretty good. So not a whole lot of using this. The 62.9. It's well within spec because you can go plus minus 1%. So a 77 grain, it could be 76.615 to 77.385. That's plus or minus 0.5% total weight. So yeah, 76.9 is well within spec. Let's see. There's something else to add in there. Oh yeah. Something I've done every now and then. You get one that's say 1/10 light or so. You want to make it right. Pick up some of these little little shavings. Throw it in there. Get your weight. Put those shavings in the casing first and drop the core on top. And it'll all blend together, as long as they're not huge chunks, it should be fine. Another thing, like the flashing, you rip it off with your thumb, throw it on its weight, as long as it's just a little bit, and it'll all fit in the case. Don't worry about it. What I do is I flip it, I put the flashing part in first so that it all squishes in, it won't, fall out, and it works great, but I made it look more difficult than it had to be, of course. Yeah, kind of showing worst case scenario stuff instead of, well, look how easy this is. It's, especially when you first start out, it's pretty frustrating, or it can be. There's times where everything goes well and times where everything definitely doesn't. So, figure. Kind of show the average of what's going to happen. Reality TV with actual reality involved. All right, so yeah, keep your eyes warm. It will make a big difference. Yeah, definitely less pressure involved. A lot more consistency. Minimal lube needed. Even if there's not lube, it almost feels like there's lube when the dry is warm. But yeah, don't forget a little bit of lube. It makes that much difference. So yeah, thought I'd add that in there, and if I think of anything else, I'll append this video. Alright, God bless. Yeah. Hey, a little update on this. Something I'm planning, I haven't done yet. Like I said, added the 1/4 inch, made this 1 inch deep. Now the problem is really this. I was using 1 inch without that extra, it worked. But now I'm thinking I need to go with the 1/2 inch, like this one. Cause, alright, we take the shorties, the 0.825s, and they stick up that much. Easy. Put them in here. Not quite so good for head stamp sorting. 925s, you can get them. That's 1 inch. It's still, but yeah. So I'll probably end up making a 1/2 inch version of this, because with that slider, that divider plate there that slides out, it doesn't doesn't really matter. But I don't remember what the deal was. I went with the 3/4, figured, yeah, it'll work. It did, but it's just that too much. So, a little more work, nothing major. Got another piece. slap this baby down on it and punch some holes. All right, figure throw that in. Yeah. Learn something new every time you try out what you thought was gonna work, or may have worked in one situation. Like I said, the 1-inch, not an issue. The 9.25, and eventually my fingers cramped. 0.825, tweezer material. All right, well, I throw that in. Let you learn what I learned. See it. You knew I was gonna do it. I just couldn't leave it alone. Notice it sits a 1/4 inch lower in the fencing. Yeah, I went and made a 1/2 inch bottom plate. Did have one hole that didn't line up, and I'll fill that with probably a mix of sawdust and glue and re-drill that one. When I cut this, for some reason I ended up going just a touch narrow enough where it shifts maybe an 1/8 inch. The holes may or may not line up good, so I hit them with a little bevel with from the step drill, and that's the only one that gave me problems after that. All the rest drop right in. But give me a second. Let me set this up and show you the difference. You can see with the that divider plate, they still sit the same, so you know that hasn't changed. But once I slide that out, it'll fall right down in now. Let's see. Come on, give me a sec. See, just this one here. Like I said, I'll fill it and re-drill it, and it'll be fine. You can see they stand right up now versus the other one where they barely sat up. Actually, now you can really see they stand right up. That 1/4 inch made a big difference. I was shocked. All right, well, tried to throw that out there. When I flipped this, I was surprised that that 1/4 inch made such a difference. Now they're easy to pick out. Even the short ones should be. Where are they? Okay, this one here is a 0.825. So, still nice and easy to grab. I'm much happier now. All right, well, thought I'd throw that in there. You know, yet another distraction on the road to bullet making. Squirrel got my attention. You know, those are the cores I was making just a little earlier. It's not a perfect piece of wood by any means, but it works. All right. Well, later. God bless.